What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I am your host, Eric, and today I get to bring you fantastic news regarding workers who threaten to withhold their labor if their employer did not treat them fairly and compensate them fairly for all of the profits that they bring to the table. Now, how did this happen? Well, there was an election within that union organization. And in that election, actually, let's rewind a little bit before that election. There was a policy change where one member, one vote was enacted. This means that every individual member had a say in who would be the president of this organization. Well, the membership voted in someone who was a reformer candidate, someone who hearkened back 100 years ago to when labor had a backbone and fought. Not more of the same old, same old. Now, in the beginning of the month, when these negotiations were raging and things were getting hot, I brought you some videos where I kept telling you, UPS is effing around. They don't want to find out. This guy seems serious. I like his moves. I love his aggression. I love how he's bringing the fight. I love the way he's framing the argument. All of those things. Well, we have some news in that negotiation, and I told you it was going to be key to see how this one turned out, to know if there was any validity in my theory that we really need to get back to basics. So let's find out. According to the Teamsters website, we've changed the game. Teamsters win historic UPS contract. Deal results in higher wages, more jobs, equal pay, air conditioning, Martin Luther King Day, and part-time rewards. Today, the Teamsters reached the most historic tentative agreement for workers in the history of UPS, protecting and rewarding more than 340,000 UPS Teamsters nationwide. The overwhelmingly lucrative contract raises wages for all workers, creates more full-time jobs, and includes dozens of workplace protections and improvements. The UPS Teamsters National Negotiating Committee unanimously endorsed the 5-year tentative agreement. Rank and file UPS Teamsters sacrificed everything to get this country through a pandemic and enabled UPS to reap record-setting profits. Teamster labor moves America. The union went into this fight committed to winning for our members. We demanded the best contract in the history of UPS, and we got it, said Teamsters General President Sean M. O'Brien. UPS has put $30 billion of new money on the table as a direct result of these negotiations. We've changed the game, battling it out day and night to make sure our members want an agreement that pays strong wages, rewards their labor, and doesn't require a single concession. This contract sets a new standard in the labor movement and raises the bar for all workers. Hear, hear. Woo! Fire. UPS came dangerously close to putting itself on strike, but we kept firm on our demands. In my more than 40 years in Louisville representing members at Worldport, the largest UPS hub in the country, I have never seen a national contract that levels the playing field for workers so dramatically as this one. The agreement puts more money in our members' pockets and establishes a full range of new protections for them on the job, said Teamsters General Secretary Treasurer Fred Zuckerman. We stayed focused on our members and fought like hell to get everything that full-time and part-time UPS Teamsters deserve. Rank and file members served on the committee for the first time. So we got to show up every day to show our fellow Teamsters and share their stories, said Brandy Harris, a part-time UPS Teamster with Local 174 in Seattle and a member of the Teamsters National Negotiating Committee. Our hard work has paid off. From those members and leaders negotiating for more at the table to my sisters and brothers building a credible strike threat around the country, our union was organized and we were relentless. We've hit every goal that UPS Teamster members wanted and asked for with this agreement. It's a yes vote for the most historic contract we've ever had. They got a list of highlights, but understand something here. They included rank and file members on the negotiating committee for the first time. That's reform. That's how you know what your memberships need. You actually consult your bosses, the members. How novel a concept. Here are some of their bullet pointed highlights of their agreement. Historic wage increases. Existing full and part-time UPS Teamsters will get $2.75 more per hour in 2023 and $7.50 more per hour over the length of the contract. Existing part-timers will be raised up to no less than $21 per hour immediately, and part-time seniority workers earning more under a market rate adjustment would still receive all new general wage increases. General wage increases for part-time workers will be double the amount obtained in the previous UPS Teamsters contract, and existing part-time workers will receive a 48% average total wage increase over the next 5 years. Wage increases for full-timers will keep UPS Teamsters the highest paid delivery drivers in the nation, improving their average top rate to $49 an hour. Need a job? Holla. Current UPS Teamsters working part-time would receive longevity wage increases of up to $1.50 per hour on top of new hourly raises, compounding their earnings. New part-time hires at UPS would start at $21 per hour and advance to $23 per hour. All UPS Teamster drivers classified as 22-4s would be reclassified immediately to regular package car drivers and placed into seniority, ending the unfair two-tier wage system at UPS. They got rid of the two-tier wage system at UPS. Why? Because that's a race to the bottom. They sell us this idea that we have to have a tiered wage system outside of our apprentices because we have to compete with the non-union. Organize the non-union, do your job. Stop making me have to compete with them and go organize them. That way, I don't have to sacrifice my wages and I don't have to have a sibling next to me working for less than me who has more years on the job than I do. Novel concept, I know. They did it. They got rid of a two-tiered pay system. Safety and health protections, including vehicle air conditioning and cargo ventilation. UPS will equip in-cab AC in all large delivery vehicles. Now they're getting air conditioning too. They get Martin Luther King as a full holiday for the first time. No more forced overtime. A lot of good stuff. But I also want to look at what the AP had to say on it. So let's browse their article. UPS has reached a tentative contract with the 340,000 union member person union, potentially averting a strike, threatened to disrupt packages deliveries for millions. The way they word it, a strike would have threatened package delivery. So it's very neutral. They're in the middle somewhere. Agreement was announced on Tuesday, the first day of the UPS Teamsters return to the table. Negotiators had already reached an agreement on some things, but it was the part-time workers that held up the deal. So the Teamsters held strong to get rid of that two-tiered system and to help out their part-time workers. The Teamsters hailed the agreement as historic. Talks about what we already talked about. Sets a new standard in the labor movement. We're going to keep on going. I want to see if the CEO had something to say. Together, we reached a win-win-win agreement on the issues that are important to Teamsters leadership, our employees, and to UPS and our customers, Carol Tomei, UPS CEO, said in a written statement. Voting on the new contract begins August 3rd and concludes August 22nd. Industry groups in the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, labor leaders, and the White House all applauded the deal. This agreement is a testament to the power of employers and employees coming together to work out their differences at the bargaining table in a manner that helps businesses succeed while helping workers secure pay and benefits they can raise a family on and retire with dignity and respect, said Joe Biden. Look, long story short, this shows that threatening to withhold your power, your labor, is scary for these corporations. My name is Eric. You're watching Union Minded. The fight's not left and right, it's up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one, teach one, get out there and reach one. And remember, there could be no union without you and I front and center. Let's go.